Analysis of the case of Keiko Mori keeping her daughter's body in a freezer for 20 years. The arrest of Mrs. Keiko Mori by Japanese police for hiding her daughter's body in a freezer for 2 decades has shocked not only Japan but also the international community. This is not merely a criminal case, but one that reflects multiple layers of social meaning, from human psychology, family dynamics, to how the legal system addresses extraordinary situations. 1. Psychological and human aspects. At first glance, Mrs. Mori's actions are shocking. However, upon deeper analysis, they may reflect extreme loneliness and the profound bond of maternal love. A mother keeping her child's body for 20 years could stem from denial of loss, an inability to accept the death of her loved one. In Japanese society, the problem of elderly isolation, kadokushi, lonely death, has long been a painful issue. It is possible that Mrs. Mori did not only preserve the body to mask the odor, but also because she could not face the reality of losing her daughter, while simultaneously grappling with her own isolation from society. 2. Social aspects. This case highlights a dark side of modern Japanese life, with an aging population and an increasing number of people living alone. Many are falling into complete disconnection from their communities. Such tragedies clearly reflect gaps in the social safety net and the lack of psychological support for the elderly. If Mrs. Mori had received assistance from healthcare services, community support, or social organizations, this heartbreaking incident might have been prevented. 3. Legal aspects. From a legal standpoint, Mrs. Mori was arrested on charges of abandonment of a body. This is a relatively common offense in Japan, often applied when someone deliberately conceals a corpse or handles a body unlawfully. However, the key focus of the investigation is whether Mrs. Mori was directly involved in her daughter's death. If the autopsy results show that her daughter died of natural causes, the case will likely be treated more lightly, focusing mainly on the fact that Mrs. Mori failed to report the death and unlawfully kept the body. 4. Impact on public opinion. This case has raised many questions among the Japanese public. How could someone hide a body in their home for 20 years without being discovered? Where were the family, neighbors, and community during all this time? Is Japanese society neglecting too many elderly people, forcing them to face loss and loneliness in such a harsh way? Many argue that this is not merely an individual case, but a wake-up call about the weakening of family and community bonds in Japan. 5. Ethical perspective. Beyond the law, this act also raises ethical issues between unconditional maternal love and social responsibility. Mrs. Mori chose to hold onto her personal memory rather than follow social norms. This has left the public feeling both sympathetic and outraged, sympathetic for her loneliness, yet critical of her actions that defy both morality and the law. The case of Keiko Mori keeping her daughter's body in a freezer for 20 years is a tragedy with multiple layers of meaning: psychological, social, legal, and ethical. It not only reflects the extremity of an individual's actions but also exposes a major gap in the community support system for the elderly in Japan. This can be seen as a wake-up call for the need to build a more connected society, where no one, especially lonely seniors, has to face loss in such isolation and despair.